Bottom of Lake Bala in an empty car park, and apparently we can't park here overnight anyway. Bit of a pain. Hey ho. Guess we'll have to stay in a pub tonight, babe.
Oh no.
Oh no, we're gonna have to stay in a pub and drink and eat.
Eat and drink in a pub?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. So we celebrated last night. We came down to Bala and went to Lake Bala, and we're hoping to stay overnight at Lake Bala, but it didn't kind of work out that way. So we found a nice pub.
We had a nice little walk along the lake first.
Yeah, we did have a nice walk around the lake and everything like that. We found a nice pub and we celebrated too. We had a meal in the pub and they let us stay in the car park. So it was a deal in my books.
Oh, wow.
We had a log fire going, so it felt like proper camping anyway. That we could put logs on the fire and everything like that.
You make yourselves at home, and we're like, yes, logs on the fire.
Came back in the van smelling of fire.
Yep, even Coop at this point, it's just like, oh, it's so comforting.
Yeah. And today, hopefully, we're going to Ugly Betsy, as someone calls it, but Betws-y-Coed. Sorry if that's not the correct Welsh pronunciation. I'm going to get lessons off Brett and Beck, because he keeps sending me things in Welsh, and I try to pronounce it, but obviously fail drastically. So I'm going to get some lessons apparently. And yeah, we're hoping to meet up with Jane Holly from Our Jolly Journey later in Betws-y-Coed. We're going to go around. Mandy loves to do the old window shopping.
Well, there's no room to store anything, so there's only going to be... I've got one Christmas present left to buy, or two, depending on whether we do a couple's present or a present on its own.
Oh, right, okay.
So, might see what we can get. I think I got last year's from there, you know? Yeah, for the same people.
And I'm hoping I'm going to get some walking boots as well, because as Mandy pointed out last week, the soles have come off mine. She says, do your feet get wet? I'm like, well, I don't think so. And then she showed me just flapping around. They're a bit old, so I might treat myself and get some new warm walking boots or walking shoes, winter shoes I guess you'd call them. So that's where we're off next. What we're going to do now is Mandy's having a brew. She's not using a coffee maker this morning, she's using the kettle, because what we're doing is testing the fan up on the top there. Go and show them, babe. Show them the fan.
Show them the fan.
Got lights on.
So there. So I've got that, and you can just see behind it the vent's open, and that's just pulling all the air. I can actually feel the pull of air from that coming around me, which is good. And it's just plugged in there. And yeah, we're seeing if we can get the kettle boiling without it steaming up with that open.
Yeah,
so
no steamy windows would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's good so far.
Yeah. Good old Greg and his ventilation techniques.
Oh, aye. But John wanted to put a max fan there. But look at my lovely squishy ceiling. So and now it's got a solar panel. Now it's got a solar panel on it. So so yeah, that with max fan out and max light fan in.
And John fan in.
Yes.
So yeah, hopefully that fan's going to work out right for condensation sort of issues, and also we can flip the fan around the other way in the summer to draw cooler air in from outside at night and blow it on us, and then during the day we can have it so that it's sucking the warm air out of the van hopefully. Well, yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Should be alright though. So yeah, bit of breakfast. Cooper's just trying to eat his breakfast, aren't you, Dupes? You've been good boy. Come on then, good boy. Get your breakfast, pal. Get it. Oh, this is the battle we have to face with Cooper. He gets there in the end, but you need encouragement, don't you? Yeah. So yeah, off to Betws-y-Coed later, and we'll catch up with you there. And no doubt Jay and Holly will be there as well, so we can all have a nice laugh.
Oh, I can't wait.
So after a nice mooch around Betws-y-Coed, Jay, Holly, myself and Mandy all decided that yet again it was about time we went to a pub. So we went to the Swallow Falls Hotel and stayed in their car park the night because, well, why not? They did offer electricity as well for £5, but we kind of like all skipped on that one. So we decided we'd probably catch up with them later, but for now we said our goodbyes and we headed off to my mum and dad's. So yeah, we just left Betws-y-Coed and we thought we'd take the nice scenic route, which is the A5 I think it is, through Snowdonia.
Yeah.
And that was epic scenery. Proper moody skies, not raining, kind of wintry mountain stuff. Trying to search out the snow. I was hoping we'd get snow.
Yeah, there was snow right on the tops, but you could tell it had all been melting because it was just pouring down the mountains, and just everywhere you pointed the camera everywhere, and it was just raging torrents of streams almost breaking the banks.
You said it was like alpine freshwater or something.
Yeah, you could see the bottom of all the streams, even from where we were up on the road. It was crazy, but it was just so much water, so much water piling down there. It was brilliant.
It was epic.
Yes.
Love scenery like that.
Oh, wow.
But we had to stop and do some Instagram bangers, didn't we?
Insta bangers, definitely. Because it's one of those weird things. We're in the van all the time.
Yeah.
So there's not really that many pictures or videos off of the van.
No, and the other thing that we've done in the past is you're always going somewhere, and you've got kind of like, you know, I've only got so many days and I've got to be back to work on. You've always got a timeline. Whereas now there's nothing.
No.
So I was driving along and I'm like, you know what, I want to stop and I want to take some pictures of the van right there.
Yeah.
Sure I did, because I can.
Of course you can, and they were good.
We haven't seen them yet.
Well, mine were good, so if yours are anything like mine, then that's alright.
So what are we having, Beb?
We are having potato soup.
Potato soup.
Potato soup.
And, more importantly, it's something we picked up from, was it Las Vegas?
Yes, Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And we ordered the steak, and they're saying, like, what do you want with it? And I'm like, oh, I'll have a salad wedge. And you went for the soup. And we thought it was like a starter that came out with it, but it all came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And we're like, so much food.
But it is epic. So it's potato soup, but you get cheese,
potatoes,
bacon,
you get a bit of
stuff.
cheese on top. We put sweet corn in it, Greek yogurt instead of cream because we like to keep it nice and light. And I use ham, like finely chopped ham instead of bacon because, you know, it's less fatty.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's buzzing.
We don't need heating.
We don't need heating. I've only got 3 layers on. It's okay. But yeah, this should be a lovely one. But no Instant Pot today because it is a bit dingy and what have you. And
Lack
you
of
are
solar.
charging your laptop and
other
things.
And we haven't been doing a lot of driving really.
No.
We've driven for about half an hour, if that.
Yeah.
So we don't want to. What are we on?
12.63.
12.63. I mean, it's all right.
Yeah,
but we don't want to risk
it's no big deal. It'll take 25 minutes in the Instant Pot and it'll take 25 minutes in a pan.
Yeah.
So, you know, you might as well just do it in the pan.
Do it in a pan. So we've had a bit of a nice day today.
Oh,
Saw Jay and Holly again last night.
Yep.
And played
Penman Mar Beach.
Promenade, I think it's called.
Yes, the promenade. Yes, it actually was lovely. It'd be really nice in the summer though. It was just
yeah, the A55 is like 20 feet away. And it's a bit noisy.
It was a bit noisy.
It's a nice stopover. It'd be great during the day, apart from the noise. But couldn't really see the sea or anything. But did in the morning.
Yep, and it was lovely. And I've got this because I've got a window right by my head. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna peek out and see what I can see. And it was the beach and sand.
Nice sea view, didn't it?
And last night I was watching the lighthouse.
Oh yeah.
You know, so periodically, of course. But yeah, it was a lovely Bala cup. And Jay and John beat myself and Holly on Articulate. So, and we're just like,
never played it before either.
No.
I do
Jay's powers of description are amazing.
Do squarely put it on the fact that Jay's powers description pretty good.
Oh, he is. He's very, very good.
Yeah.
So, of course, we've had to buy a copy of a travel version of that to take away with us because it was brilliant.
Yeah, pretty good.
Aye.
So then, what else did we do? I went to see Mum and Dad, really, didn't we?
Yep.
It's the last time we're going to see him for 3 months.
Oh, and his mum was getting so upset. She's so
upset.
lovely. Don't get upset, Mum. It's
No,
fine.
it's fine.
We'll FaceTime you lots.
My dad still thinks that selling the house is the dumbest thing anybody could ever do.
Oh, yeah, bless him.
And living in a camper van is like, you might as well just be, you know, kind of gypsies or whatever.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
he said he would have paid us good money to keep the house. Bless him. It's like, I don't think he'd have paid the amount of money that we needed to be able to keep
but even
the house,
then we wouldn't have done it.
No, it wasn't about the house, was
No.
it? Bless him. I do love Wales, and it's so easy to get to and what's not.
Well, if you're in Wales, it is. Yeah.
It's from most places, you know. But yeah, I suppose that's it now. Got to get out of that.
Yeah.
It's easy to get to from Manchester. It's a couple, hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes.
Might be one of the places that we choose for our little base when we no longer want to go travelling 24/7. Kind of do that. A few bits sorted out on the van. I picked up a kind of 45 package pile for parcels and
it's like Christmas had all come at once, wouldn't
and
it?
letters and everything. So postal redirection had been in for weeks because they told us the house had sell on the 28th. So obviously that was just a big farce. So post has been redirecting since then. Which does mean that I had the opportunity to fix parts of the van, put the gas protector back underneath on the LPG tank, so that's sorted out. We do obviously still need to do the maintenance on the pipes and the water tanks, but it looks like Mandy's temporary repair is holding up all right.
Sticky tape.
Yep. So that'll do for until we get down to France, Spain.
When it just starts getting a bit drier.
Yeah,
and
kind of a couple of days. Dry floor, couple of days, warmish temperature over 10-15 degrees. So whatever we do under there, it'll stick.
Yeah, and also the means for topping up fresh water, because we might have to take that pipe off to clean up all the connections and put it back on again. So we'll need to top it up.
We'll get there.
It'll be fine. Give him something to do for the day, wouldn't it? Yeah.
And now we just got to our little meet-up point, because this weekend we're going to spend a bit of time with hopefully Mevy, if his van's sorted all right. I've not had a text off him yet, but definitely Dave and Joe. A couple of people asked on the Van Tech Tuesday video about how often do you need to change your cassette in a van? Have you got 2 cassettes? And we have got 2 cassettes, and it lasts about like 3 or 4 days. This week it lasted 4 days. Yeah. Because we left the house on Tuesday, and we emptied it today, but it was only about 3/4 full. Yeah. So it's good. Topped up with water as well. So I think
we figured out a new thing now.
The LPG gauge is now up on the command centre there. So the LPG gauge is telling us that in 4 days we've used 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, 4 kind of like LED. 3. 3 is it? Yeah. Oh, right. We've used 3. We're roughly using. We got 9 LEDs to the tank. Let's call it that way. We're roughly using 1 a day. Yeah. So fine on LPG. Power wise, not had any problem. I think last night we'd only driven about half an hour. Yeah. And we'd had no solar for about 3 or 4 days. Oh no, we were getting like 2 amps or something in the morning, weren't we? Well, yeah, not for long though, was it? So no real solar anyway for 2 or 3 days. So we were down on power with about 12.5 volts or something like that. So there's no Instant Pot. But well, that was fine. I made soup on all my Instant Pot recipes can be made on the hob anyway, so I just did that. So we had soup last night. So power's doing all right. Yeah. Gas is doing all right. Toilet's doing all right. We figured out with the loo, instead of flushing, if it's just number ones, got a little spray bottle, and we just like spray a little bit of rinse deodorizer over it. Got my own homemade with vodka, water. People are going to be wondering why you're wasting vodka. Yeah, but it's antibacterial, isn't it? So you got vodka, water, dab of E-Cover washing up liquid, and some sweet orange essential oil, which is my favourite at the minute, and it just sweetens everything, just freshens it and gives it a little bit of a rinse, but it's nowhere near as much water as a flush, so we're not losing as much water because it comes out of our main tank. Yeah. And we're not filling the toilet up with water, so it seems to. And all the driving,
swishes things around and does its job.
Especially around the little lanes in
Yeah,
Wales.
so it's all. There's no poo pyramid.
Oh no.
We're fine for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all. Yeah, it's
Van's
all
doing all right.
good.
Everything's all right.
Coop's doing all right. He had
Coop's
a lovely
doing
run
all
around
right.
on the beach this morning.
Yeah.
He turns into a puppy whenever he gets to the seaside. He loves it.
He was heading for the sea, and I had to tell him off.
I did too.
Yeah,
He's just like, I'm
little
just
bugger.
going, and it was like down some rocks and then some more rocks and
Yeah.
then some more rocks. And I'm just like, no. I wouldn't have minded if he was just coming back in the van, but we were going in your mum and dad's,
Yeah.
weren't we? So it's just like,
Can't
no.
take a wet, salty.
No,
wet dog.
Not
No.
at all. No. Although we just bought him one of those little. The toweling bags, that you'd zip up and put the dog in.
Like
so
a
at least,
drying jacket for your dog.
So when he comes in the van, at least we can put him in his bed and zip him up in this little bag, and hopefully that'll dry him off. I think we've had a few people leave comments to say that it's the best thing ever. So we figured that if it is that good, because wet dog in a van is the one thing. I'm sure it's not nice for Cooper either.
No.
So
But we have a good fix for that one. We were showing Jane Holly last night, which is the toilet, which is the bit behind us. We've turned it into kind of like a storage room, because it's enough room to sit down and go to the toilet or stand up in my case, and there's enough room there for a nice kind of like body wash and even washing your hair over the sink.
Yep,
and that.
I've done that a couple of times.
But we've got loads of storage bits in there now, like hanging pockets.
I like the shoe storage you get.
And then we bought an extendable shower pole
rail,
for the top, and then basically you can shut all the air vents off for the heating system and just leave the one in the toilet on, and then put all the towels up on the rail, and then usually within about half an hour the heating
everything's dry. Yeah, so even like the tea towels after drying the pots and stuff, it's like a little drying room, and because it's a wet room essentially, it's all right to have the damp in there.
Yeah, because if anything that drips down, I put a duckboard floor over the bathroom floor, so anything that drips down actually goes into a drain and then goes into the waste tank anyway. So it's all fine.
So that seems to be working really good, and it is really handy.
Because we got soaked the other day, and our coats were soaked, and put them in there.
Yeah, got little folding coat hangers that go over the thing.
I like them.
So it works out really well. Yeah, good quid shop bagging. I love those little quid shop finds.
Yeah.
So I've got to put you just reminded me, I've got to put my towels up from my shower before.
Yep.
Get them drying in there.
Cool.
So yeah, it's all
I
it's all
think
working
it's
as
good.
we thought. Lots of little plans and lots of hints and tips from people along the way. That's been really well found. And I know it's only 2 weeks, but it's not our first rodeo, as we've said before.
Yeah.
But lots of little tweaks and changes.
But it's interesting, like
really good.
your holiday kind of regime is completely different than your, everyday I live in my van regime.
Yeah.
Especially the fact that you're carrying everything with you and everything's got to work. It's not like you can go, I'll sort that out when I get home.
Yeah, I've got a better one at home.
Yeah.
Or it's all here. But that on the flip side of that's also brilliant, because I've not found one thing of thinking, I wish I hadn't got rid of that, because we've managed to fit so much stuff in this van.
Oh, yeah.
And little things, not like loads of heavy things, but little things that I thought would make a difference. And even it was a Christmas sale thing, went to Le Creuset at Cheshire Oaks, and they had just like a little pan handle cover, because I like my metal pan handles so I can put them in the oven and under
So
the
she
grill.
can hit me over the head hard.
Yeah,
Because there's no point.
makes it nicer to hold
you need
on
a proper
to.
thud, don't you?
But that is just really good, the handle itself, because it
So you
not
don't
only
get
does
hot
it, and it keeps the Ridge Monkey handles together without the clip, because the clip keeps flipping open. So it's brilliant. So it's just that. I'm glad I decided to keep that in the van instead of charity shopping it or something. So it's all good.
It's all good. So I think that's about it for this week, though.
Yeah. Exciting week for everybody next week.
Oh yes. So it was just finishing off as well to say that we've got a little special video coming out for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spoil it other than that.
Nope. So keep your eyes out.
Keep your eyes out. But Christmas
keep your
Day.
eyes open.
Yeah, keep your eyes out. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, keep your eyes open for Christmas Day. Special video.
Yeah, not just here.
Tease.
Yeah.
So have fun over the Christmas period, festive period, whatever it is.
Have a wonderful time with all your family and friends.
Yep, hope you like our little special video on Christmas Day.
Yep, and we'll catch you next week.
Catch you next week from the Eurotunnel Terminal. Bye.
Bye.
One thing we forgot to say in the video, which is why I'm doing it now, is that we're going to change our schedule for releasing videos to be a kind of like long weekly update every Saturday morning. I'm going to do my Van Tech Tuesday on Tuesday morning, and then on Thursday we might have either a live stream in the evening or a bit of a special one where we just chat about a specific topic or something like that. So keep an eye out. That's Saturday, Tuesday and Thursdays.